God, you know, like, it is so difficult being a rich billionaire and everything with my own private lake. I think I deserve to relax. Welcome back, everyone, to Create Dinosaurs. Where, yeah, this episode, we're gonna improve on, like, our nice little private lake or lagoon or enclosure, whatever you want to call it, because, yeah, we're gonna have a dinosaur here, by the way. I want to improve it a little bit, because currently it's just kind of bare. And the way we're going to start that is by getting a sheep, which, might actually be a bit harder than I thought. Are you okay over there, mate? So, yeah, I need to get a sheep, but the thing is, I have not seen a single sheep in this entire area. Like, you know, I don't think they spawn too often in the jungle. They might spawn in forests, but it's not the most common thing. But then everywhere else around here is, like, all of these savannas and shrublands and stuff. And it's a bunch of custom biomes, and I have never seen a sheep here. So I'm not entirely sure where we're going to find one, although maybe over there would be a good place to check, because I think that is a plains biome at least. So right, let's go and take one of my boats over there and everything. And yeah, I would like to get 2 sheep. We can technically do this with 1, but like, you know, 2 sheep, that's a renewable amount of sheep. So yeah, this is the plains biome over here, which for some reason has ebony trees in it. I don't know why, but right, okay, so we've got cows. I think I can see a horse up on the hill somewhere. Any sheep, you know? That's a chicken. That is the... That's not a sheep. What the hell are you? Excuse me? Hello? Are you... I mean, you seem fine. You don't seem bothered by me, so, yeah, I'll just leave you. Wait, are you coming towards me? You're coming towards me. All right, I don't see any sheep. I see pigs. There's literally every normal Minecraft mob in a plains biome except a sheep here. Oh, right. Okay, right. Here's some sheep down here. Oh my gosh, there's actually a lot of sheep and a village. I didn't know that was there. Right. Okay, I need to... I've forgotten my wheat. Right, okay, I had to make a quick trip back because I realized I forgot to bring any leads or wheat or anything. But right, so I've got 2 leads, so I will attach 2 of them to you, and then I'll just hold some wheat if any more want to come along. But yeah, I think we're just gonna most likely get these 2. So come on, guys, it's time to go to your brand new home. And there we go. Come on, right, just hop over the fence. Hop over the fence. Do I need to take you off here? Right, come on, over the fence. No? You don't want attention now? Look, into the pen. There we go. So, right, we've got 2 sheep and a baby. Sorry, I had to lock you in a box there temporarily, Alan. But right, so at least with this, we're going to be able to get a nice wool supply. And I should probably explain what this is all going to be used for. So, as I said, I want to make this place look a little bit nicer. And what that means is, you know, adding stuff that you would expect to see on a beach or something like that. So, we're going to have some nice parasols and everything, some little beach towel. But what I think I am going to focus on whilst we haven't got the wool and everything, because, like, you know, we're going to need to get a little bit of a stockpile. I want to work on adding some foliage to this place. Because, yeah, right now, it's just kind of a bit empty and stuff. Like, it's a very flat beach. There's a bunch of rocks here, and, like, yeah, they've got moss, but, like, there's not really much detail. So, we're going to go and add the easiest detail that you can add to any Minecraft build to make it look nice. We're gonna cover it in leaves. Is that a sheep behind me? Dude, where have you been all this time? But yeah, so I'm going to go and add a bunch of leaves to our build. Oh, some moss and ferns is a nice idea as well. And whilst we do that, I'm also going to go and shear all of these sheep and everything so that we can stock up on wool. That is already looking a whole lot better and stuff, and it's only a simple change, really. And yeah, the other thing I've done, I've just gone and added, like, a few ferns and a little bit of grass around in some places. It just looks quite nice. And at this point, I was going to move on to, like, you know, the whole sort of decorating with wool and everything, but, these sheep are not producing much wool. I have sheared one of these sheep 3 times and only gotten 3 bits of wool, which is annoying because that color was white. And I need white. White wool is quite possibly the most useful resource out of these. But yeah, so I was gonna do some stuff with wool, but yeah, I just simply don't have enough. So what we're gonna do instead, we're gonna actually get this egg. I assume it's an egg, right? At the end of the day, I don't entirely know how a Mosasaurus was born. Are they mammals or something? Like, would it have been live birth? This sounds like some good old research time. Mosasaurus. Mosasaurus was a type of derived mosasaur or a late-coming member with advanced evolutionary traits such as a fully aquatic lifestyle. That's good. That's where we're putting it. It is one of the largest marine reptiles known through the existence of its skeleton. Something about teeth, postcranial skeleton. Where did Mosasaurus live? In the ocean. Well, that's useful. Thank you, Google. Preferred shallow waters for abundant prey, which could be found there. Anatomy suggests they also would be excellent open water swimmers. Okay. And I was correct. Mosasaurus give birth live. So that's interesting. I don't know how we're gonna get an egg from this. I'm sure it's fine. It'll make sense somehow. So, right, in order to actually get the Mosasaurus egg and everything, what we're gonna need to go and get some more of this bio goo, which means we need an egg, wheat, milk, and rotten flesh. Right, milk is easy enough to get because we've got you. We have plenty of wheat already. I should have some rotten flesh here. Yep, there we go. Now, the last question is an egg, and apparently I've got 4 of them. Okay, so right, let's just go and chuck that in there. There we go. And in goes our wonderful magic little bio goo, and eventually this will get us a thing, I think. I'm not entirely sure how long this is supposed to take. Okay, and whilst that goes and does its magic, we have actually got enough wool to make at least some sort of stuff now. So what I think I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make a bunch of carpets. And you know, these can first of all be used as like nice little beach towels and everything. And right, so where would most people want to be relaxing and everything? I mean, you'd want to be on the sand over here probably. Like, you know, the nice open wide bit where you wouldn't want to be right close to the shore because you'll get wet. So I don't know, we'll probably put like a couple towels here and everything. Where's my other colors? We can have a pink one over here, and yeah, some sort of like lonely guy with a yellow towel right over by the cliff. Oi, Dan, I see you. No. For God's sake. I mean, at least last time you did it secretly or something. Like, you know, could you, if you're going to escape, can you just do it subtly? You don't have to do it right in front of me and everything like that. That's a bit rude, Dan. And right, I think what else we're going to do? We're going to sort of do this, like, nice little fancy parasol that I think everyone has done this design before. You know, we all know the idea and everything. You build up like this, you put a block here so you can put a bed down, then you do that on all 4 sides, then you just remove the wood blocks like this, and if we look at it from above, there you go, it's kind of a parasol. Now, we're missing the middle block or something, but that is just because I have just had an idea. What if I put cherry wood here? But of course, what you need to remember is this isn't cherry wood that's like actually in Minecraft or anything, because we're back in 1.18. Cherry wood doesn't exist yet. I am talking about the cherry wood, which you get from the Biomes You'll Go mod, which is this really nice velvet red. And the question is, do I have cherry wood near me? This is cherry wood, isn't it? Excuse me? Oh no, it's one of the backpack mobs, isn't it? Are you in my bloody moss pot? Where the hell are you? Oh, yep, that'll be it. I'm just gonna ignore that for now. I want to go and get cherry wood. But right, so I was going to do this with planks or something, because that does work really well. But whilst I was out collecting this, I just had the idea, what if we use stripped wood instead? Ooh, I think that's good. Because also, just like, it doesn't have a directional thing or something. It's actually radial or something. Like, it's got a central point. I I think that works really well. I think we're gonna go with that. And also, I just want to rotate these beds around so that the white's actually in the middle. Because, yeah, I'm just thinking this might look a bit better or something. It might look like it's a bit more striped rather than just there's weird white bits on the end. So let's see. How does that look? Yeah, I think that just looks a little bit better. All right, so now to just replicate this somewhere else on the beach, maybe. Because one on its own feels a bit weird. I'm thinking a yellow one like this, but then of course, because we can't use the like nice red color, what if we try a hay bale here? Yeah, it kind of works. Oh wait, you know what I did just realize I could do instead? I could just try, you know, a block of wool. Yeah, that works better. Maybe I should have done that there. But you know what? I'm gonna keep it. I don't know, there's just something about that like velvet red color I really like. And yeah, I think the final one we'll go with is a pink one. So just put that in there and let's get rid of the cobblestone. And yeah, you know what? So normally I'm not a massive fan of these parasol designs. I don't know, there's just something about them. They're not really my favorite thing. But weirdly, I think this is the one time where I actually like them. Maybe it's just because it's my build and I'm biased, but like, I don't know. But anyway, so the other thing is, we added a little bit of foliage and stuff, but I would actually like to go and add a bit more. And you might be thinking, Pineapple, is this normal and everything? Like, would you really get this much foliage, like, under the water at a beach resort sort of thing? Because, like, you know, this isn't really a beach. It's a lake, which we are using as a beach. And it's in the middle of a theme park. Like, is this really normal? And I'm going to say, no. It's not the most normal thing, but we're not a normal park. We're a dinosaur park, and half of our sort of, like, style comes from natural things. You know, we've got trees which look like they're from the past. We've got animals which look like they're from the past. We might as well have, like, a whole natural sort of overgrown feeling in the water. I don't know, does my thought process make sense there? But yeah, what I'm saying I'm going to do is I'm gonna go and bone meal under the water and stuff. I want to get some kelp and some seagrass and everything like that. I don't actually think we can get kelp naturally appearing like that. But, you know, we can go and get some kelp. Because also, kelp is useful in the create mod, so I would like to... Whoa, that makes a big area. But yeah, so I'm thinking we probably won't have this, like, too near sort of where people tend to get in the water and stuff. Like, it's gonna be in patches and maybe sort of around the rocks and everything where it's able to take hold a bit better and stuff like that. So yeah, let's sort of see what we can do with this. Okay, so how does that look? Better. Maybe it needs a little patch down here. I do think it needs just like a little bit in the shallows. Even though there's people swimming here and stuff, like it still just needs a bit. So I don't know, what if we go and bone meal like that bit there and maybe just a little bit right here. And I think, yeah, definitely better. And maybe one last bit down there. Yeah, there we go. I am liking the look of that. And actually, there's still one last thing for us to do with this lake. So, you know, obviously, I've stated this several times. This is a little beach resort thing, which is actually just a lake that we're using as a beach resort in a theme park. And the thing is, this lake is connected to several rivers. And if you have guests swimming in a lake, you don't want them swimming down the river, especially since we're gonna have dinosaurs drinking out of these rivers. So what that means is we just need to put in like a little barricade here or something, and I am thinking literally one of those like underwater nets or something that has like a floating thing that holds it up. I don't know if you know what I mean, but I know what I mean. And that's good. But what it means is I am actually going to need to go and get a bit of concrete quickly, or... Oh, could I work... Oh, I think I found another purpose for this wood. All right, so I'm gonna need some sand. I'm going to need some gravel. In fact, let me just... Yeah, there we go. Turn that into white concrete powder. I need to make a whole bunch of chains. I'm gonna need one of these Araucaria trees. So let's just have this get cut down. Beautiful. And we'll turn that into a bunch of fences. But right, so now what I'm going to do, which way do I think this river would be flowing? By my own guess, I would say it's probably flowing that way. Like, I don't know. Oh, wait. Yes, it actually would. Because this looks like it would be the source of the river, really. Because, yeah, it doesn't quite cut through the mountain. So most likely it is probably flowing out this way. And, yeah, eventually ends up in the the ocean over here. So right, the water's flowing that way, which means our little net that we're about to build also needs to have a slight curve off there. So right, let's see if I can get something looking decent. And also not get killed by a Komodo dragon. And yeah, that looks pretty decent from what I can see. And you might actually notice we've got two separate curves. That wasn't planned. I just screwed up the first curve and somehow ended up all the way over here instead of over there. But honestly, I think it might work because we can actually sort of brush it off as a bit of a stylistic thing, because then we can say like, well, we connected it there and also connected it from here to there. And then they've both got their own individual curves, because of course right here, you're not going to have the water flowing around it as easily because, you know, there's a massive rock. Alright, so I'm gonna hope the 32 concrete powder is enough for this, but what I actually need to do first is basically just bring all of these up just so that they're one block below the surface. Oh, one chain left. Oh my gosh, I was getting worried. All right, there we go. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the white on the chains just because, like, you know, it contrasts a little bit better. Let's put one there as well. And yeah, so we're going to do alternating stuff just like we have before. And then what we're going to do, we're going to put all of these, like, little cherry wood blocks now. So this has got the bark on all sides. And honestly, this looks quite nice by itself. But the thing is, this kind of looks a bit more like finish line, and we're not holding a swimming race here. Maybe that's an idea. We can let the Mosasaurus out like once a month, and then your goal is to swim away from it. Don't ask about what happens if you're not quick enough. But yeah, so I think we're gonna do that. But then we're actually gonna strip this, and oh, that's such a nice color. I love it so much. But yeah, so we can go and strip all of these, and this is gonna give us our nice red and white pattern, and genuinely, I really like the look of that. And that honestly looks exactly like what they would do in a sort of park area where they can't just put a wall or something. They would have one of these little net things. And, you know, maybe a lifeguard somewhere around here going, hey, don't cross the barrier, you idiot. But, you know, if someone decides to cross the barrier and they get eaten by a dinosaur, not my fault at that point. Like, you know, I would say the barrier's quite obvious. But there we go. So we've decorated the lagoon. We've put in some safety measures for our guests, and we've provided our guests with some comfort. The one last thing we have left to do is... Oh, it's a sack. I don't know how this hatches. Maybe again it's like Pokemon or something, like, go Mosasaurus, I choose you. And no, I don't think that works. I assume I put you down like that. Oh, you hatched immediately. Great. We've got a live Mosasaurus now. I don't even have anything to feed you. Oh, this was a bad decision. This was a really bad decision. I am not prepared for you. Right, well, okay, if you want to see how we deal with a live Mosasaurus and everything, which I was not actually prepared to hatch yet, then, yeah, stick around till next episode because, oh, you're gonna be trouble. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment for this thing's name. I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh, you're gonna be so problematic, aren't you?